Knowing that data take different forms at different stages, and appreciating the importance of maintaining a critical eye towards the ethical use of research data, it's now time to learn about what makes good data. But before knowing what good data are, it helps to know what data are.
The word data comes from Latin and means something given, sharing a root with the English word donate.
That's Moasir, a librarian.
However, data are never given, they're always taken and captured. Still, there is an official government definition of research data.
In the 1990s, the Office of Management and Budget defined research data as the recorded, factual material commonly accepted in the scientific community as necessary to validate research findings.
Thanks. Those are the words from Circular A100. In my opinion, they're too narrow, but it gives us a starting point. The importance of validating or replicating research findings can provide a frame for how we know what good data are. If the data can't help others replicate a researcher's work, then almost by definition, we're not dealing with good data. But it's helpful to think of data more broadly than just information that can be used to replicate findings. Data, after all, are what we capture from the world, and we want to make sure that what we have captured is both reliable and valid. Reliability is similar to replicability in that it tells us how likely we are to get the same results every time we measure something. Validity has to do with how we have formalized or operationalized our concepts. In other words, are we measuring what we think we're measuring, and do those data reflect what we think they reflect?
Data are reliable when they can be replicated. Data are valid when they show what we mean them to show.
For example, a thermometer with no numbers will have the mercury rise to the same line every time if the temperature is the same. That means it's a reliable thermometer, but it's not a valid one because we don't know what the lines represent. Of course, what counts as reliable and valid varies widely among disciplines. Nevertheless, when ensuring reliability and validity, we should follow standards for ethics, as we know, and also standards for technology and method. Technological standards could be as simple as having a good backup strategy, which ensures the reliability and validity of a research project just for the researcher. Methodological standards, however, can ensure reliability and validity with detailed metadata and a detailed history of the research project.
History?
Our underlying concept of good research data management means thinking about how a researcher ensures that their data and their project are legible to someone else, which can even include the researcher themselves in 6 months. Metadata, which describes how the data were captured and what the data look like, are one way of doing that. Another is a journal that describes the researcher's decisions along the way. I'd go so far as to say that even in the absence of methodological requirements for a journal or for detailed metadata, both should still be a part of a researcher's approach to managing their project.